I think the strength of the program is that it empowers all of our kids to actually proactively take a role in what happens at our school. And I know when I sat down with a group of kids and talked to them about how they had reacted to a situation that they had seen that perhaps wasn't all that flash or fantastic in terms of kids interacting with each other. And I then said to them, how did you respond to that? And the child actually said, well, as the bystander, I actually spoke to that offending child and said, well, that's not appropriate behaviour, don't do that. And then the next question was, well, how did you feel about that? And the child said, fantastic, made her day.
I think definitely having the majority of kids saying no to bullying is definitely a key factor, as you haven't got that group of people in class or in the schoolyard now just ganging up on people and calling them names and that sort of thing. So it's, I guess you could say, the cooler thing to do now is just to not do it.
We're really on about improving student outcomes, and to improve student outcomes, students have got to feel safe and happy at school. You can't have one without the other, and we really need to work hard with regards to that. That's why we jumped on board with the My School 2 pilot program, and the thing that is really good that I like about it is it involves the staff, it involves the students, and it involves the parents. I also like that it's based on the premise and the message that gets out there, and we've got to get better at selling ourselves with as well too, that most of the students in the school are doing the right thing. There's 5%, maybe even less now, that aren't doing the right thing, and weight of numbers has got to carry some force and some meaning with regards to it.
It's extremely important to engage the bystander because you empower the bystander. I mean, I think probably in Australia, we've had a bit of a culture where you're not a dibber-dobber, you don't buy your way into other people's arguments, and so forth. And I think often that sort of attitude has actually empowered the bullying behaviour because it goes unchallenged. And look, kids are like all of us. They want to be part of the crew. They want to felt a sense of belonging. And if a child's actually engaging in that sort of behaviour and suddenly there's 3 or 4 other kids saying, well, hang on, we don't accept that, we don't think that's actually correct, then that's much more powerful in terms of that person thinking about their behaviour and thinking, well, hang on, everyone else doesn't think this is right, maybe I'm not right in acting this way.
The My School 2 board and the wristbands have helped a lot with our school.
In the yard there's not as many arguments and no bullying or anything.
Well, My School 2 has been great for the school. Everyone in school's getting along, and the wristbands are really helping encourage kids to help others around the school.
Like, teachers aren't asking them to do stuff, they just do it with their intentions to get along with people and help other kids out in the yard.
Yeah, so it's been really great.
I was really interested to see how the display board would have an impact on our kids. So when it first went up, it was really interesting to see the number of kids that actually came by and located their name on the board, located their teacher's name on the board, and we felt it was very important to have the teaching staff, or all teaching staff, on the board because they're part of our school community.
It looks wonderful to see the board with 100% of the school's names on it at the moment, which is probably a strong message out there to the rest of the school that it's not happening.
I've noticed there is definitely not as much bullying around our schoolyard as compared to a couple of years ago. In classrooms, there's not as much. It's just had a really good overall effect, I guess, on the school.
I do believe that the kids are more empowered now because they've had that an awareness, and we've had one instance of a student standing up for another student when somebody said something to them, which was wonderful to see. And I think that message has gotten through to a lot of the other kids as well, that it's not okay to stand by and just watch it happen, and kids will step in and look after one another.
Overall of My School 2, it's made a big difference with harassing and bullying, and hasn't been any bad things this year. Well, out in the yard, you can't see any arguments. There's no real arguments or violence. They just play all nicely, and if there's an argument, they'll try to sort it out by themselves without ending it in a real bad situation.
Well, I think it's actually improved life at Big Hill in the sense that I guess in the past, like many school environments, you tended to focus a little bit on the negative in terms of, okay, that's been negative behaviour, these are the consequences for that. Whereas I think the My School 2 program really does enable you to focus on the collective good behaviour and highlight the fact that, as I said before, we've got 99% of our kids wanting to do the right thing every day in every way. And I think in the past we perhaps haven't sent our kids the message that we really value the fact that they are being good each day and being positive about their school environment. I think probably in the past we really tended to focus on those kids who perhaps stepped the wrong side of the line without giving any recognition to those kids who stayed on the right side of the line all of the time. And this program, I think, recognises that.